Hello, everyone. Very good to see you all. I'm Craig Marsh, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, and it's my great honour to be the head of the College of Business at the University of Lincoln. I hope you've managed to enjoy the session so far. And my job is just in 10 minutes or so, if you weren't aware of it already, just to give a bit of an overview of what it would be like to join our community at the University of Lincoln and to study at the Lincoln International Business School. And hopefully this will give you a better idea about how to make your choice. Obviously, it will be better for us to be meeting face to face, but hopefully this will give you a sufficient idea for you to be able to make the right sort of decision, which is a really crucial decision for you, as I know, for September and October. So what's it like at the Lincoln International Business School? Well, let's jump straight in and see what the student's experience is about. Well, you are of course going to be spending a little bit of time in lectures next year. We'll be opening up again next year, which is all really good news. And here's Andrea teaching some of our students in entrepreneurship on the left there in our main lecture theatre. But you know, the experience, the experience of studying at the business school is really quite varied, and particularly when it comes to assessments, we're very creative in how we assess you. So it's not all about doing exams. So on the right hand side there, you can see something which is quite typical actually, which is doing student-led presentations, poster presentations. Those are some students presenting on sustainability in the top right there. And in the bottom right, that's James Wright, one of our accounting senior lecturers, who is with a group of students who have actually just reached the finals of a national competition, national accounting competition. So there are many ways that you can experience your subject, which is a particularly active and involved way of studying. And I think that's one of the key points when you join us at the business school. We are an international business school, and we're very proud of the fact. We have 80% of the international students at the university, and you might have noticed in the previous photo how many international students were in the classroom there. And we do a lot to promote what we believe to be the global citizenship. So we think that one of the things you need to be getting at a university these days is to be able to become a member of a global audience, global citizens. So we have, for example, a global certificate, which allows you to participate in lots of different skills-based activities to earn different levels of certificate according to the number of points you have, gold, silver, and bronze. We have an opportunities fair. I'll show you that in a second, where we have lots of organizations who come and talk about the opportunities to study and to work internationally. And we have our Global Week, actually, which is runs at the time of your arrival in Lincoln in October. And is designed to introduce you to many of these activities that you can get involved in, which are sometimes they're academic, sometimes they're not academic. They could be about learning to cook different meals from different parts of the globe. In fact, we're in the middle of our 4th week of our Global Month at the moment, which is a whole range of activities, mainly virtual at the moment, some face-to-face, which is related to being a global citizen. That's a big part of the experience at studying at the business school. And it's not just about being in Lincoln either. So here we've got a group of students that went to India and on the left there in November 2019. I was lucky enough to be able to join them. This is in front of the Gate of India in Mumbai. And you can see they're actually on the right-hand side there is Rebecca, who's actually since joined our international team, graduated last year with us. And there's Abby Hunt in the middle there, the prof who took our students over there last year. On the right is in the classroom. It's a really interesting week, actually. So a little bit of cultural awareness, as you can see, but also some time in the classroom with Indian students in one of our partner business schools in Mumbai. And a lot of what we do is to have many partnerships around the world, which gives you the opportunity as a student to visit those parts of the world, to study in those universities, and to experience some of the culture and the environment of working in that location. And at the bottom there, you can see me and some of my team signing one of those partnership agreements with a university called OP Jindal, which happens to be near Delhi in India. So that's a very much part of the experience, is that opportunity not only to develop those global skills, but also actually to go and experience them yourself. The participation of our students in their education is hugely important to us, and something we call student as producer, which means that you're not just a passive recipient of knowledge, so you're actively learning all the way through your studies. And here are just a couple of examples of that. So in the top left, event students who, as part of their studies, have to put on an event. And here's one of them. There's a fashion show, which was exhibited in one of our local hotels as part of their studies. At the bottom left is a poster presentation done by a student studying sustainability. So often it's about designing and presenting. You can see the creative element of designing a poster as part of your assessment process. And on the right-hand side, this is really interesting. We run a sustainability conference every year, and certainly sustainability is one of the key themes. We support the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals through our subscription to the Principles of Responsible Management Education. So this runs through all of our programs. And here we have some of our students who designed and led with us a sustainability conference last year. And that's now an annual event that our students get involved in. So you can see it's a very participative experience when you're studying with us. Here's some of the other occasions to get involved. Now, of course, one of the key things that we are heavily involved in with you as a student is that all important, what am I going to do when I graduate? What kind of work, what kind of job am I going to have? And of course, in order to help that, we spend a lot of time working with and working in organizations of all different types to help you to develop those skills and gain that crucial experience. So what do we have here? On the top left, there's our sports business management students getting a talk from Mesut Ozil's agent, Mesut Ozil, who played for Arsenal. On the top right, slightly more, I suppose, maybe slightly more exotic, that's Martin Knight leading a group of students on a study tour in Sri Lanka as part of their crisis and disaster management module. The bottom left, they weren't studying beer, they were actually studying supply chains and factories, and they were on a tour to Dublin in the Guinness factory there. And on the bottom right there, again, getting inside a smart factory at Amazon. So again, logistics, supply chain, really important experience for our students to see how those modern factories look, and that was a visit to one of an Amazon smart factory. So plenty of opportunities to get out. We also have organisations come to us, and on the left hand there you can see James again. He's hosting some of the partners from PwC. We have several graduates now going to PwC a year who study in accounting and finance with us. So many organizations come to present to you so you can experience from them their talks on what it's like to work for them. And of course, make those all important networking contacts with those businesses and organizations. And on the right hand side, you can see the careers fair that we run every year, where we do that in a slightly more systemic way. And we have lots of organizations who come and meet. That's in the open space inside the business school, where organizations come and you can meet them informally, have a chat, get to know their organizations and businesses, and again, maybe arrange to meet them again afterwards. So those are really important parts of our careers events. I think probably also it's worth mentioning the professional practice year, and what you can see on there is Charlotte Taylor and Steph Shaffinati, who run our employability module for us. But there, actually, what's happening is that these students have just returned from their professional practice year. So the third year they spend in an organization working without paying the fees for your studies, and they return. We present them with a certificate to commemorate the fact that they're coming back for their final year of studies at the university. And the stories that they come back with are astonishing. And actually, generally speaking, organizations will say to them, when you've finished your studies, come back and talk to us because we have a job for you at the end of it. So that's also a really important part of the integration of the employability, what we call employability, with your studies. It isn't just about working in offices either. So one of our students there in the top right did his year at British Steel in Scunthorpe, so working in the steel plant there. And bottom right again, we have some of our alumni who've already graduated. I think this is a really important point also about the entrepreneurial nature of some of our students. So this is Peter Watson, who now has his own company, which is run out of the think tank in Lincoln, or our incubator there, coming back to talk about his career as an entrepreneur. He's only in his late 20s, graduated 5 years ago, talking about his work, setting up his own organization in digital marketing. So again, an opportunity to meet and work with our alumni if part of what you're thinking of doing maybe is setting up your own business. We also now have, really interesting, for those of you who are looking at potentially studying maybe accounting, finance, or economics, we now have the Bloomberg Suite, which is a real-time market data-driven suite of software and laptops and computers built into the business school, the Bloomberg Suite, which is allowing you to study those things real time. So if that's part of what you're doing in one of those courses, a really important part of your studies where you get to look at that data real time. So again, real practical, hands-on activity. Top left, we also have the Lincoln Student Managed Investment Fund. We now have over 100 students who are managing real money in their own fund and working out and learning all of those important market dynamics using real money to invest in. It's also worth saying we have a very close working relationship with the Students' Union, the Lincoln Business Society, now one of the biggest academic societies in the university, run their own events. They have a schedule of visits and talks from senior business leaders. And our relationship and partnership with the Lincoln Business Society is really strong. And one of the things that is, I suppose, a value add of being able to come and study at Lincoln. If you choose to, you can go and join one of the hundreds of student societies, as well as the Business Society. And finally, I suppose the favourite day of the year, you are joining our community. As I said, when you come, we have a philosophy of one community at Lincoln, and working in close relationship with our students. We see ourselves as an extended family. And graduation is probably the highlight of that experience at the wonderful Lincoln Cathedral up on the hill there. Here are some shots from our graduations, the highlights of our year. You can also see them, me awarding one of our students one of the many subject prizes that we award on that particular day. I know it seems ages away for you at this point, but it does come around very quickly. And we do have such an enormous privilege at the university of being able to use the cathedral and the castle, actually, for the post-graduation celebrations up on the hill there. And that really does mark a splendid occasion. And yes, it does pass very quickly, your time at university, but it is one to look forward to at the end of your studies. So that's all from me. I'll let you go and join your subject sessions. Do enjoy them. Do participate fully. Ask questions of your faculty when you're in there. They'll be putting you into groups, so do enjoy and really get under the feel of the subject that you're interested in studying with us, and participate as much as you can to get the best out of the day. But also, please do join our social media groups, and I've listed some of them here. Join our community now. Come and talk to fellow students who are thinking of studying with us, talk to our faculty, talk to current students, and that'll just give you a really good feel for what it's like to study and work with us. So that's all for me. Do enjoy your subject sessions, enjoy the rest of your morning, and finally, I do hope that I can welcome you in person to the University of Lincoln in October. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.